Welcome to the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. We definitely appreciate the listen. Do us a favor and click the like and follow to keep up with what's latest going on with the Grabbing the Brisket crew. Also, do us a favor, man. Drop us a review. We would love to hear the feedback. Good, bad, or Aldan would say indifferent. Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket.
So yeah, last weekend was awesome.
It was awesome. I had a great time. You know what helped me out? I think that just getting together and cooking on a Saturday. Yeah, well, of course. But getting together and cooking on a Saturday, it's not hard to do that. Like in my household or whatever else. I'm not throwing shade, but I think there's some times where, you know, in my house, like, hey, listen, I get you want to hang out and do all this stuff, but there's stuff that needs to be done around here. Let's get some stuff done, and then you go do whatever you want, right? But here's the caveat. I had a party. I had a party to go to on Sunday, and my job was to cook brisket on Saturday. And I teed this thing up with you, John, on, I guess it was Monday or Tuesday of last week. I teed this thing up, and you were like, oh, okay, well, I'll let you know if maybe we can borrow one of the pits or whatever. I'm having issues with my pit. I'm like, okay, sounds good. And then I get that magic call.
He hit in the rough.
I get that magic call from John over here. John said, hey, I'm pulling Johnny and June out. We're gonna smoke some stuff. Once that happened, I told Amy. She was like, oh, well, what time are you going to leave? I was like, probably in the morning sometime. She's like, well, earlier the better. I'm like, what is happening right now? Oh, my goodness. Let me just get out of this house. And
You're walking out the door. You're like kind of staring around just a little bit. Like somebody's about to jump out. Like as soon as you get out the front door, you close it. It's like, boom, right in front of you.
Surprise, motherfucker. Rip the leaves. Or not, I mean, not that bad. But I was super excited and always thankful to get out and doing this. But last weekend, it was pretty great.
We had to do something totally different.
We did. I've never done this before. I've showed so many people these pictures. Like, people are like, think I'm weird now. So I have my phone already teed up. I'm like, that's what we did. Like, who are you? And get out of my face.
They're like, paper or plastic, sir.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just
and the problem is you're showing people that are doing it with you. So that's why we think you're weird.
No, right. I did that as well. But no, just new kidding. People. It's, oh, man.
Are we going to tell people what we did?
We should probably tell them.
Yeah. Hey, let's just go and hey, this
land.
Obviously, you did the intro you heard. This is the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. We appreciate you guys listening. Yeah, we cooked a gator over the weekend.
Yes.
The gator.
Yes.
Bacon wrapped gator.
Bacon wrapped gator.
You know what the number one question I got on this one?
Did it come like
that? How was
that?
the bacon?
Did you have to pull the skin off?
Yeah, I get that.
Did you cook it whole? I was like, well, how else would you cook it? Right? Also, at what part did you remove the head before you cooked? I was like, we didn't. Like, I don't know what's happening here. Like, why are you asking these weird questions?
I think when you say we cooked it whole, that answers every one of those questions.
All the limbs are there. Everything to tell, the head.
Do you remove the head when you cook crawfish?
Right.
No.
Am I crazy in this? Did this have like a chick? It looked like chicken. It felt like chicken in your mouth. However, it had a crawfish taste.
It did.
Yeah, it was definitely. Well, we marinated it in basically a crawfish boil. It's something I got from Malcolm Reed, How to Barbecue Right.
I'm glad to explain it.
Yeah, that's why it had a crawfishy kind of taste.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say it was definitely like a cross between crawfish and chicken.
It really was.
But yeah.
And the bacon really helped. I mean, bacon helps everything out, but man.
We cooked a lot this weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did personally think the bacon was very salty. But, you know, it may have cooked the meat underneath. But I thought the bacon was salty.
The bacon was salty.
I think it was a combination of the rub.
Sure.
But the idea was to if you chopped all that bacon up with the meat, now you're getting a mixture of the meat and the bacon or the alligator and the bacon, and then
nice balance.
The goodness.
Chopped up.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was one of the questions. Like, how was the bacon? As soon as you pull one of the bacons off, right? I guess you can call it a bacon.
Yeah, it's bacon.
It's salty as hell, but I like salt, so it wasn't bad for me. You know what I mean? But you know, like you say, once you pulled everything, I guess you say, and put everything together. Everything complements each other.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean? So,
I'm laying. What do you call them? The
little claws, the Wolverine claws,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm there and I'm shredding this off the bone, and at certain times I feel like I'm shredding like a chicken. Mm-hmm. Other times I'm looking down, I'm like, that's a big ass dinosaur tail. That's weird.
This is true,
right? It's just weird. Like I'm picking through, and I'm like, that's a tail.
But that thing really pulled apart. Like there was nothing left but skeleton. Like everything came off.
It
pretty
did.
Much.
It did. It really did. And man, hey, thank you, John, for chipping in and doing that.
Alex and I. But really, we just paid for shipping. And I want to give a shout out to these people that sent it to us, Hansen Alligators, and I'll put a link in the description. But you can order from them. I don't know if they ship anywhere, but they ship from Florida to Texas.
Right.
So
yeah,
and they have bigger ones than what we got.
Right,
so.
and I guess because we had talked about it. I remember a month ago when Alex had asked us about it. And I guess alligators it's seasonal as well. It's like basically like crawfish. And I think the one that we got's like about the right length of gator you want to cook whole like that.
I have no idea.
I would say so. I don't know if you get them bigger enough, it's more
right.
It's a tenderer piece of meat or not. But as far as fitting on the pit, I mean that's probably a 4.5 foot
Something
gator.
Like that, yeah.
Right. I mean, if you look at it like when it's on the pit, you're like, what a bee. I'll kick the shit out of that gator. Right. But if it's in the water, I don't know, man. I think I'm running at this point. I don't want this thing around me. So
yeah.
Maybe
something we should have brought up to when we had Philip Breeden on last week is seeing which one of his see what he would have suggested, one of his injections or maybe the new hen drench that he has might pair well with alligator. I don't know, but
I would think chicken
don't
stuff.
Give him any more ideas. This guy's cranking out idea after idea.
Right.
I'm sorry. Maybe
he's gonna have gator bath.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do our own gator baths and chicken gator soaks. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah,
so,
he was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saturday was what would you call what's the word I'm thinking of? The war to something that you battled all day, right?
Yeah,
something that you fought. Drinking, eating, staying up.
There were so many things.
It was a long, long day of barbecue and fun.
I was tired by the end of the night.
John
was kicking people out before briskets even got
I know. There was a certain point, John's like, it's done. I'm like, it's like, to be honest with you, I wanted the briskets to smoke for another probably 2 hours.
They could have, but I was going inside.
You were like, I'm done. I'm done here. Wrapping this up. It's funny. It's amazing how you look at how you cook and whatever else. It doesn't really matter. Once you get to the point to where especially when you've been drinking, if you haven't been drinking, you could stay up, you could last, right? If you wanted to do this.
Once you're done, you're done.
But once you start adding alcohol to the fire,
I'm out of there.
It doesn't matter. You're like, once that wall is hit, you're like, pack it up. I don't care. We lose a competition. Go to bed. See you later. You're get in the car. Honey, you're driving me home. It's just the way it is, right?
One of the reasons I was not allowed to drink the day of my wedding.
Right.
Because that would have happened.
Right.
I'm not doing this shit. Nope. Let's go.
We're going out. Oh my God, there was a lot of alcohol. I mean, and it didn't seem like there was. It didn't seem like it was very mild. It was like, here, have a beer. Like I saw all y'all drinking, and I was like, well, I guess I'll have one. I was trying to be.
I think I kickstarted. I had 2 beers in the morning, and then I didn't have another beer until basically right before I went inside.
4 or 5, maybe 6. No,
it was late. It was like 8 o'clock. I had a Guinness, and I was like, okay, I'm done, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was not that way. I was the last one to drink. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to have anything. I'm just going to let it go for a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, a little bit. I didn't say I wasn't going to drink, but maybe at 11:30 or 12, I think I cracked one. I was like, boom, I'll have one. That's all she wrote, because we drank, and then we worked, and we drank, and then we work, and then I'm looking around like, it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and we're like trying to figure out like who's staying up now, because we're all going to sleep. This is done. We're done with this. I made it to 2 a.m. I was up to 2 a.m. Saturday night.
Not me.
Yeah, think about that. Me, Al, and I, just two lone survivors.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah, we
2 a.m. Like that would be Sunday
That's
morning.
actually true.
Damn it.
A lot of great barbecue. That was good. We did some briskets. I know Jan mentioned earlier we did a couple of briskets that you were cooking for your in-laws.
It's
Well, your wife's family.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
that's correct.
Something that they look forward to every year is getting that brisket.
Yeah. So her uncle actually said that the way he put it was like, we almost love you, Amy, as much as we love Jan's brisket. So that was like I was like, oh my God, that's a great compliment. Whatever.
What does Amy say about that?
We're not talking about that. So
you're like, does the brisket get to stay here in the mansion, or where does the brisket get to stay?
You carry this brisket down there by the beach.
Sure, beautiful beach house we went to.
Yeah.
I delivered 2 pans of fully cut up prime brisket, and I waited till the next day to slice and everything, kind of just marinate and kind of cool off and soak up all the juice that it could. I sliced the next day, put it in the oven just a little bit at the beach house. There was some brisket left over after everybody ate. 35 people, 2 briskets. But at the end of it, people were like just gathered around and they're taking it home with them. Like I literally came home with no brisket. 2 briskets, 35 people. That's, you kind of figure like a brisket will probably cover 20 to, one brisket 20 to 25 people.
As long as there's other food being served.
It was the whole smorgasbord. I'm saying, so one brisket probably should have covered almost all 30 to 35 people. However, that was 2 because people were just like done. It was great. I felt really just.
We're all drawing straws. No. Doing numbers like
Fight Club outside.
Yeah. I got number 1.
I got number 1.
I called the point.
Well, how's everybody else? Everybody stay COVID free.
I felt super honored. So
COVID free briskets so far. COVID free.
So far,
so good.
Knock on wood. Yeah, definitely.
I guess I can't get it for like 3 months, right?
You the only one with the antibody, Aldan.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Yeah, I'm not buying that shit.
Yeah, unless you get some crazy other strain of COVID that's floating around there. Who knows?
You get COVID 20.
Hey, COVID 21 is coming out.
It is.
It's already been being designed.
Yeah, Blockbuster's going to open a new store just so they can hold that movie, COVID 21. So, I don't know. It's funny.
So, Matt, you dropped down the fried ribs.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty legit.
Since you hooked me up with that idea for that Thanksgiving, I think I talked about that a couple episodes ago. So this time I got 3 more racks and seasoned each one up differently, trying different kinds of rubs and everything. I think the White Lightning one, I think that's the one you tried. I think that one won out of the 3. It was definitely tasty.
Definitely, yeah. The White Lightning, the Boar's Night Out White Lightning fried ribs were probably my favorite, with the salt and pepper closely second.
Yeah, it was I rubbed them down with Cholula and then added salt and pepper on them.
Okay.
Those ones. So yeah, those were second for me as well.
Okay, so explain to the people the process that you went through on cooking these.
Yeah, so I just got the racks of ribs, ripped the membranes off, seasoned them up. Just put a pretty good amount of seasoning on. I was pretty generous with it. And then cut every other bone, and then just put them essentially in a little crawfish basket, and dipped it in. And it only took about 5 minutes to cook the ribs. Oh, I did this time smoked them just for like an hour before I put them on, just because I want to see if I can get that little smoked taste in that meat just a little bit, but still just dropped them in for 5 minutes, fried them, and. Man, I thought they tasted great. I've been kind of snacking on them around lunchtime since then,
Nice.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like I thought, I don't know how this is going to be, but they were really good.
Yeah, and
really good.
My wife, she was just
chop.
You still have some left?
Yeah. Fried pork chop that just
fried pork chop is
really good.
Yeah, it was like a fried pork chop, and then the little
fried pork chop on a stick.
Little bits of fat just like fried up perfectly on them. And I was like, oh my God, like don't trim off any fat if you're going to deep fry it. Just
leave it all. No, I didn't trim those ribs at all. I just left everything on.
I'm gonna go find some really fatty ribs and deep fry those.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let's just fry some fat.
Deep fried beef ribs.
I was about to say, let's do beef ribs that way.
We should do that.
You know,
I
you
thought
know what the
about
worst
it.
is going to happen? It's going to be fucking great.
Yeah. Well, I thought about it, but at HEB, all they had was like the finger cut ribs, and there's like very little meat. There's like almost no fat on those ones. I just wasn't sure how they would turn out.
No, I gotta get the big old plate ribs.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I think you have to cook those, like smoke them for a while before you deep fry them.
And then maybe just flash fry them or something.
Yeah, because I don't think you could sit there and, I mean, even if you cook those for like 8 minutes or whatever, it's not going to cook all the way through to the center. I don't know.
You can cook a turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to, I mean, you cook a turkey, it's going to take like
35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on the turkey size.
I'm just worried that the outside's going to be so like burnt up, or not burnt up, but just so caramelized and hard that you're going to lose a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends. I don't know if you're going
to... I say we try it. But I'm down to smoke.
I mean, $30, $40 for a rack of beef ribs. We need to probably plan this out just a little bit.
I was much more willing to experiment with my $8
Yeah,
sure.
ribs.
And that's the thing, too. I mean, if you bread it, you can't fry it that long. Because obviously you're going to burn the shit out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I didn't bread these ones at all.
Yeah, these weren't breaded.
Just seasoned and fried.
Yep. Yeah. So.
And maybe the next go round, maybe we go 2 hours smoke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Just to see if we can increase that smoke flavor.
I'll say I don't think I got too much smoke flavor out of them.
Yeah.
I think once you get all that fry in there, that's kind of covering everything.
You're making me hungry just thinking
about
it.
And even fries just sound...
It sounds
everything
so
we're
good,
talking about
doesn't
is
it?
just like
I did see at HEB, and sorry for the people listening along in Australia or places that do not have HEBs.
That's a grocery store.
They do have a spot of boneless
wings.
Let me regrip here. The boneless
buffalo.
It's a pork roast. It's at pork roast that we did a while back. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that boneless one.
Yeah, the boneless pork butt roast. I can't think of the name of it. Basically, a pork butt that they debone, and you get like the side of the money muscle and all that good stuff, and it's nice and marbled. They just call it kind of like a boneless like pork butt roast, which is super fantastic if you just cut them up in like 1-inch steaks and do like pork steaks out of them. So I know Jan had tried to go get those probably a few weeks back, and they were out of them. So
They were.
I think with the holidays, they were starting to bust out the prime ribs, and now they're doing the pork roasts, and I saw a bunch of hams sitting out.
Well, I bought what I thought was one. Remember that? And it showed up, and I opened it up, and there's all these cut up
like
pieces of pork.
Carnitas.
I was like, shit, we're making tacos. Let's do this.
It was good.
So they were good. Yeah. Not as good as they were. Okay, they were not good. They were okay. They could have been a lot better, I think.
Jan and Aldan are still chasing that Rodney Scott whole hog barbecue high that they got on those pork steaks with just the salt and his rub, and still trying to duplicate it to these days.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do the recipe. I'm gonna figure it out. So,
Other than that, anything else going on in everybody's lives?
What was the people who sent us all the meat to try out?
Oh yeah,
what were they called again?
Halteman Family Meats.
Yeah,
Halteman.
I got some of their. We cooked. Oh, that's another thing we cooked over this weekend was that turkey sausage with the cheese. I know James didn't get to try that one.
Yes, we did.
But we posted some pictures, snapping that little link, and
so good.
I was talking about that sausage today at work.
I was thinking about it today.
I was telling you, I was like, that is the best turkey sausage I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And the Scrapple, which I may have been the only one that really enjoyed that, but I ate
You're
all
probably
of
the
it.
one.
I'm glad you brought the Scrapple up.
I don't remember tasting any of that.
It's
at all.
It's something that it's different. So for the people that are following along, there's probably a lot of people out there. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've heard of it. I've never, for 1 second of my life, have ever heard of Scrapple.
Yeah. So think of picture a mushed ground pork, right? Ground pork.
It's basically scraps of pork and cornmeal
mixed with cornmeal, that's formed into a brick.
Loaf. Yep.
A loaf. FU.
Do you work for the Sinaloa cartel?
And then you slice it like a piece of bread and you fry it up.
Yep.
And then John's favorite, which really and truthfully I think you messed up a little bit. I think if you added just a touch of butter, right?
Butter.
And then a little salt. Or, I'm sorry. Then added your sugar to it. I think you'd have been so much more pleased on it. But
I was very pleased already.
He was in heaven. and John, if you could tell everybody, like you were introduced to this.
Yeah, my grandfather is from somewhere in Indiana, and I think this must be from that area, like Indiana, Pennsylvania, like I don't know what you call that area,
Right?
But
the Midwest.
Is that what it is? Is that the Midwest?
Sure.
Okay. Anyways, so he would make this when I was a little kid, and we lived in Oregon. We'd go up there and visit him, and he'd make this, and everyone else, not everyone else, but half the family would be like, I'm not eating that, and the other half would be like, that's the best thing ever. I loved it, and it's probably because he would put a crap ton of sugar on it, right? So when we made it the other day, we put sugar on it, and I ate most of it by myself.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It totally took me back. I was like, made me think about my grandpa who'd passed a while ago now, but it was awesome.
How cool is that?
It was great.
Yeah.
I'm going to get more.
As soon as you told me about it, I'm like, that's got to be one of those things that, like, back in the day, they just had a bunch of scraps left over, and they just chop it all up and mix it with cornmeal, and it's like, all right, we got some extra food. It's like just one of those.
That's exactly what it was.
Poor person, like, we have to feed the kids somehow kind of deal.
When it fried up, it smelled phenomenal. It smelled very familiar.
Yeah.
But it smelled good. Whatever. Tasting it, it didn't taste bad. The taste was not bad at all. Taste was like, this just tastes really good.
It's not a strong flavor.
However, texturally, is that a word?
Yes.
It is now.
Crispy on the outside and kind of mushy on the inside.
On the inside. Mm-hmm. Not like mashed potato mushy. Like
maybe we should have fried it longer. I don't know.
I don't know. I had a hard time with it. Chewing through that, it makes my mouth want to, like, even thinking about it. Like,
see, my mouth is literally salivating right now thinking about it.
We should have dropped them in the rib fry. Just drop it in there.
We could have deep fried them.
We could have deep fried them.
Yeah.
I didn't think Matt hated them. I think Matt...
I didn't hate them. I was just like, thanks for letting me try it. I'll never have it again.
Yeah.
Thanks, but let's not do that again.
And I know we have quite a few listeners that are in the Midwest area, so maybe they can chime in on our Twitter page.
Yeah, do we know about that?
They might be eating it every morning.
I hope we do.
Yeah. I think it is kind of a breakfast thing, too. Like, I looked it up online. People eating it with their eggs in the morning. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea what a Scrapple was at all.
It's
Scrabble.
Little piece of
I
heaven.
know what Scrabble is with a bunch of little letters, and you make crazy words. Maybe that's where Scrapple came from.
Now, when you first said Scrapple, I was like, oh, is this some kind of like apple cobbler kind of dessert thing? I'm all over that. Like, no, it's like leftover meat with cornmeal. Oh,
Matt's thinking like fried apple pie.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I actually had it in my head. It was like scraps of meat mixed with like apple and something else.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
that
you know what I mean.
Sense. So
I will say, from Halteman Meat,
yes, send us more because they clearly need to try some other ways.
I am very impressed with them.
Yep.
I really am. The quality of meat they're putting out, I am very, very impressed. It was really, turkey sauce was really good. The Scrapple, I mean, whatever. But you could, I don't know.
Well, I cooked their bacon, which, by the way, I just had that bacon in the refrigerator. I was going to cook it up, didn't know what I wanted to do, and I woke up Saturday morning and Kayla had just cooked the bacon for breakfast. She didn't know I was like,
she didn't know.
She's like, there's just bacon in the refrigerator. But and it was this is like the meatiest bacon I've ever had. Like a lot of bacon you get in the store, it's just all fat. I mean, this was like a slab of meat with just like a little bit of marbling on it.
So you can chew it.
Yeah, and it was, and it just held up. I mean, it was very, very tasty.
Nice. Why you fools getting me? I ain't got shit.
Yeah, you weren't here when we handed out the meats.
I was sick. I had fucking COVID.
No, this is after that. You were cleared. You were cleared.
Brother.
Yeah.
It's when you showed up with Raymond, decided to, I don't know, play phone tag with each other back and forth. Yeah.
I was telling that bull I told him, I said, hey, turn your thing off, and that's when he texted me back and said no, my shit wasn't off. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah. So
the last thing I had was that ribeye steak, and I cooked that up last night, and my wife was just like, this is a good cut of meat. Like, she just knew right away when she tried it, and it's probably like one of the best steaks I've ever bought. as far as like getting prime at the grocery store and all that.
You didn't buy this one.
But as far as like you can just go out there and get, you're not as opposed to like going to a restaurant and getting a fine. This was like the best one I've ever been able to get and cook myself. Right. And,
Matt just cooked up all his stuff.
Yeah, like I'm done. I did it.
He just blew his wad in like 1 weekend.
Did you take any pictures?
I got pictures.
Okay,
I got
there it is.
thing sent. Yeah, so we'll
awesome.
get all that.
I mean, it's got to remind you, like, I don't know if you guys did it, but when I was younger and living in Lubbock at the time, I lived with my cousin Matt and our other cousin Boss. We may have talked about this on the podcast or not, but some guy just comes door to door just selling a shit ton of meat. We bought it one time.
Oh yeah.
And
why not?
It was like, I don't remember what the price was, $100 and something for. They give you filet mignon. They say, ribeye. I mean,
it's you get it all.
But yeah, you get it all, and it's whatever it is, a couple $100. But you're just like, well, let's make this. Let's see what this is, And at that point, I don't know anything about. I mean, we're basically putting this thing in like a skillet with some butter and putting a steak on it.
Probably the best steak you ever had.
Oh, it was.
That was exactly how to do it at that point.
Yeah, this is great.
It was great. It was great.
So if you guys are interested in the Halteman family meats, we will have a link in the description.
Nice.
Yeah.
And more I'm not saying they're better than Texas beef. Yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's better than Texas beef. Actually, I can't say it's not better than Texas beef.
Because you haven't had it.
I've not had all of their beef. But I will tell you this. I've been very impressed with the quality, and that damn turkey sausage is the best I've ever had. I'm like, I thought it was real sausage.
It was real sausage, but it was turkey sausage.
Real sausage is pork, John, not I don't know, turkey giblets. However, it was phenomenal, and the cheddar. That's why you didn't have any, by the way, James. It's because of that cheddar in it.
That's great.
The cheddar turkey, by far, I'm gonna order some of that.
It's really good.
Yeah.
What did we post that on? Was it TikTok or Instagram?
I think it's on both.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if I put it on Facebook or not, but I will. It's really good. And I have some of their other turkey sausage, which doesn't have cheese in it. And so now I'm like, I should have picked the one with cheese. But we'll see. Maybe it's fantastic too.
Yeah. I'm sure it is.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to tell you what else, guys. You know what? If you want to find out any of this kind of stuff, I'm going to give my own self the business right now.
What?
Just go follow us.
He just said he's going to go give himself the business. I don't know what that means, but
what's going on with you, buddy? You okay?
Shouldn't record that.
Wait a second. Well, I guess
what's happening?
Okay,
what's happening with you?
Anywhere this conversation.
All right, you know what, Aldan, you're right. You're right, Aldan. Just give him the business.
Yeah. Right in front of everybody.
Now y'all fucked me up. I was going somewhere. I was going to do it on my own. Now I need help.
Yeah, go ahead and just give him the business, Aldan.
From somebody else. I don't know. See, y'all done fucked
Where's that website? What address do I type in? I don't know.
Well, if you want to go, it is grabthebrisket.com. You can put a few W's in front of that thing if you want to, but everybody's so familiar with the internet nowadays. But if you want to, guys, go to there, man, grabthebrisket.com. Man, we got our content on there. We got our merch on there. We've just got, ways you can interact with us and stuff like that, man. We like to do this stuff for the people, for the listeners, whatever you want to call yourselves or whatever we want to call you guys.
The people.
The grabbers. That's our fans, right? The grabbers?
Is that the thing?
The grabbers. The people.
Yeah. Did we lose the mega fans? I don't know. You know what I mean?
We did not. We have mega fans. Okay, they're in Australia. They're all over the world.
Nice, guys. But anyhow, I mean,
Down under.
Yeah, you go to grabthebrisket.com. You can find us on, all the social medias, man. Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, whatever, however you get down on your, your social medias, we're there readily available for any questions you have, and you guys know how I say we like them, and your feedback, good, bad, or what?
Indifferent.
That's right. So grabthebrisket.com, guys, go there and let us know what you think.
Exactly. Speaking of social medias, I just wanted to share real quick. I don't know if you guys saw on TikTok, I posted the little video of the gator coming out of the brine, so it didn't have bacon on it yet or anything. It was just like the skinned gator coming out of the brine and set on the table.
Yes.
They pulled it down. They said it was graphic content.
Just repost it.
I may. I already did like the little...
You have to do a warning or something?
I want to debate this or whatever you call it. Like, this is bullshit.
Challenge it?
Yeah, I challenged it.
Challenged it. So you can show the gator with bacon dripped on his back.
It's smoked.
That's okay.
It was already kind of cooked,
cooked.
That one. But that one is like, oh, what were you thinking? But we were already up to like which is nothing for some people, like 13,000 views. So I was like, oh, this is great. And then...
Is it because you could see the balls?
Just redo it.
There were no balls.
Or the nipples? I don't know.
There was no nipples.
They don't have nipples.
But it was naked. I don't know.
Hey,
no, it was
reptiles don't have nipples, Aldan.
some freaking vegan that
throw
clicked and said, I'm offended by this.
That's what.
Can you
throw
milk
it back
a gator?
up there, let it go. It'll be good.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably will.
Oh, man.
It's good.
Anyhow, like I say, guys, grab thebrisket.com. Don't go leave crazy-ass comments like that and tell us that we can't put cool content up.
You can say whatever you want.
Or you
because
can
there's something to talk about.
because it's good, better, and different. That's what we
So
say.
if
we
you're the
don't
one
judge.
that told TikTok that, kiss
I
my
forgot
ass.
about TikTok.
Right.
Should we get into a...
Are you talking about the? Are you talking about the grabbing the brisket?
Beer So what are we drinking, anyways? Like, honestly, I don't know.
I don't know.
on,
Matt,
man.
do you have a
How is
problem
that?
putting your headphones
Period.
down?
Right, you
or
want
is
to
that
beat
just-
the shnikey out of them?
Yeah.
Put them here.
Holy crap! Yeah,
Pause.
So we got another one tonight. Another one from Martin House Brewing. I feel like we do either Saloon
I don't think I've ever
or-
heard of this brewery, John, that you speak of.
Every week I
Please
bring either Martin
elaborate.
House or Saloon Door. I think.
Oh, yeah, are they
at
giving
this
you
point.
like checks under the table or something? We're not getting a part
I
of
got
it here?
nothing. Never mind
John's
that.
getting these royalty checks. Like,
All right.
Hey, where's it made at?
full.
Where's it made at?
Fort Worth, Texas, and this is called the Crunch Enhancer Amaretto Stout with pecans and lactose, 8% alcohol by volume, and the can is kick ass.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact that this beer is 8% alcohol by volume already tells me right now that they're on the right track of putting beer down. You know what I mean? Like, don't come with me this like school kid. Hey, I got a 4.2. Come try our tasty hazy whatever. Right? I don't want to hear all that. Like, you put a beer out there, and the artwork on this thing is phenomenal.
Tell us about it.
This brings me back to probably James's favorite movie, really, which
Christmas
is
Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. Yeah, the old station wagon with the tree that's like way too big.
Right.
You see the roots on the back of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be on this vehicle, or frankly to be in your house, because let's face it, Clark, you don't have a 19-foot ceiling.
Right. Where are you going to put a tree that big, Clark?
Yeah.
Bend over. I'll show you.
I'm going to have to disagree a little bit.
You don't.
Where in Texas are you going to get either one of these pictures with the big-ass mountains in the back, snow-covered mountains?
Well, this is a play off of
Christmas
Christmas
Vacation.
Vacation. Christmas,
I get that,
or Christmas.
but it still says "Made in Texas by Texans" on the can.
I mean, I've seen
Because
those trees growing in Texas.
Aldan, it is made in Texas by Texans. But they're doing a play on the movie with Clark Griswold. Yeah.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Do you not like the movie?
No, I love the movie. I just didn't. I guess I didn't know where they were.
But yeah, no, the picture does not depict Texas per se.
No.
But
This is not a
there
Texas-
are
It does say "Made in Texas by Texans."
there are
it is.
trees like that in
The
Texas.
fictional tree and car
It
may
does
not have been
snow
made in
in
Texas,
Texas.
but the can and the beer were.
Not included.
It does snow in Texas.
We just don't have mountains like that. Sure.
Correct.
I love the can. The can is very easily recognizable.
Is
as
it a
well.
wrap? Is it print? What is that?
It is a wrap.
But it's a good wrap, right? Not like a cheap wrap.
But you can feel.
He likes
Good.
the wraps that go
I know.
up close to the top.
That's
It's
right.
when the wraps are not
it's
like
cheap
when they're like
ass.
an inch from the top and an inch from the bottom, just
Yeah.
a sticker around the middle.
I don't know. I feel like
he
my
gets
lip would
upset
hit
with
this
himself.
if I was taking a sip out of that one.
No.
Is it like one of those like original wrappers, or are we talking about like mumble wrapping?
Mumble wrap.
Crunch Rat Supreme. homie.
Christmas wrapping.
Ba-dum,
There we go.
I'm very eager to try this. I did take a whiff of the can, so I kind of have a smell already to this.
The amaretto really comes through in that smell.
It
Right.
does.
It smells really good to me.
I don't know if we
How does
said
it taste, John?
It
No,
tastes.
no, hold on. You can't give it yet.
Okay, I won't.
Hey,
I
you
won't
can't
get it.
gloss over the squirrel that's riding on this tree. Did
There's a
anybody?
squirrel.
No,
I
I
didn't
saw
even
that.
notice
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
This is definitely a take off of
I love
take
it.
off the movie.
I didn't
Yeah.
even notice
I
that.
love it.
So this they call it a amaretto stout with pecans and lactose.
That lactose is throwing James off.
There's a lot of them like that, but I don't think there's enough in it to
Do love me some lactose.
mess you
Yeah.
up.
I mean, sometimes we get these beers and they have say all these flavors on the can or whatever. It's like maybe I taste it, maybe I don't. I actually taste all of it in this one. I can taste the amaretto, the lactose, the pecan. I taste all of it.
Same.
Here it goes.
As I take it in a sip. I'll tell you what, if you like amaretto, you're probably going to like this
100%.
beer.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you like amaretto, you like it.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sipping beer.
This weather is actually kind of benefiting Aldan for drinking the beer because now we can wait a little bit during the introduction.
I was going to say that.
Aldan
like we're waiting too long. We got to
still try it. It's still pretty cold.
It's funny you said that because I was thinking that earlier, and I was like,
I can read your mind, Aldan.
It's cold now, so why does it matter?
I pretty much sipped mine immediately. So
it's pretty good. It's pretty tasty. Like if you like that amaretto,
well, it has
kind of nutty flavor.
It's, that little.
It's like to me, it's very
you would definitely love
Christmassy,
this.
Like
It
we
is.
should drink this at a Christmas party.
Almost kind of like a not really a coffee flavor.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
For me, it's not bitter. Like I'm not getting that bitter.
It's more of a sweet note.
Bitter note that we were getting on the
I think the amaretto, it's cutting that stout
previous
bitterness.
beer that we reviewed that was super bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't guess I've ever had amaretto unless it was in a sour, though. And
you never had like Di Serrona or something like that? That's amaretto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they would do like amaretto sours or something. I think that's the only way I've ever had an amaretto. Or maybe that's the way Mandy used to.
You can take some of that amaretto liqueur and you can dump it in some coffee.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty much what this is.
Actually, yeah.
I don't want to get too much into it, but I would agree with you, Matt, on the notes itself. And as far as like tasting it, it actually tastes just what it says it's going to taste like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah,
like they did a great job.
Yeah, I feel like I should be drinking out of a moose mug.
When you drink this, yeah.
Yes.
Should have given me a heads up on this beer review now where I bust the moose mug out.
Of course you have one.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he
I have
does.
one as well.
He does, but it's got to be like what's the nutmeg or
eggnog?
Eggnog. Yeah.
I've been throwing down the eggnog lately.
Have you?
Yeah.
I love
my
how
kids are crazy about it now.
If you look at that scene, Cousin Eddie changes outfits like 2 times, where he's sitting in the den drinking that eggnog out of the thing. It's so good. It's a classic moment. Right. Go back and watch it.
He's like, Eddie, can I get you a refill or maybe drive you out in the middle of the woods and leave you? No, I'm good, Clark.
I'm good, Clark.
Fantastic.
Oh, man. Okay, this beer.
This
beer is really good.
Beer.
Yeah.
This shit is good.
All right, why don't you start us off, Aldan?
I wish I could have tasted it out of the can as opposed to this red Solo cup, but
Like
even coming out of the Solo cup, man, I'm probably gonna go about a 8.7 on this beer.
Wow.
8.7.
Okay.
Oh my god! I'm gonna fist bump you right now.
Wow. That's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. John,
Am I next?
you're next.
I don't know that I'm ready yet.
No, you got to go right now.
Okay,
James? 8.7. That's like
Takes-
that's probably like silver medal
Matt, you
score,
ready?
right?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and go. I mean, like I said, I taste all the notes. If you like amaretto, you're gonna really like this one. I'm giving it I'm gonna go 8.1. I was really on the fence about going over under on the 8, but the more I sip it, the more I'm liking it. So I'm going 8.1.
Tell you what, I like that 8%, and something else that you can't really, you can't taste that it's 8%.
No, it does
Like
not taste. Yeah, it doesn't have a bite.
It tastes really good,
Right.
but it finishes very, very smooth. Like
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
not-
like
yes.
alcohol bite. There's no,
No.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a great ass beer, dude.
Like, well,
Good.
8.7 tells it right there.
Yeah.
for sure.
So we have 8.7, 8.
A very, very good 8.1.
8.1 for Matt. Yeah, I'll go next. There it is. So I was thinking I was on the fence with the 8.1, 8.
7.9 or
Yeah, that's kind of where I've been.
8, 6, 7,
but
309.
Yeah, right. Good for you, James. Yeah, Tommy Two Tongues. There it is.
There it is.
8.2.
8.2.
8.2.
All right.
This is an 8.2 beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean. It's refreshing. It doesn't leave you too high. It doesn't leave you too low. You're not bitter. Like I don't know. Like what more could you want from this thing? 8.2.
Are you getting like a little bit? Maybe I'm left field here.
I'm
little
super
bit
intoxicated right now.
A little bit like
I'm just kidding.
Cherry flavor in there somewhere. Is
Well,
that
I
Amaretto?
think that's a flavor in
that's the
Amaretto.
Amaretto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the.
I wasn't sure if it was just me.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever like you eat dinner and then like a little bit
Never.
after dinner you start
Never.
getting, yeah, well of course you don't eat, so you start getting like a little bit of sweet tooth after dinner and you're looking around for something like I want to have one of these beers in my refrigerator
Just for that one moment?
Yeah, just
I love
pop that open. It's like 9:00 at night on a weekday and just satisfy that sweet tooth. You know what I mean?
You know what I want to
Just
do?
do
I
it.
want to do the same thing you're talking about, but I want to pour each one into a shot glass and shoot it in front of like my family. It's like just shoot one shot beer after another one. I mean, I think it's perfect.
I feel
Is that
I can
weird?
make I can make a
Sit there,
beer
pour
float
the
with this.
beer right on your nightstand. You're fixing to go to bed. You're just like just chugging away.
Right.
Man, it's
Good night.
so good.
Hey,
Good
no,
night, guys.
listen, you're into
I'm gonna tuck
CBD, right?
myself in, yeah.
Well, I'm also into I'm also into the CBD, but mine's a little bit different. Mine's called with Martin House, right? That's who makes my CBD. All right, James. John, you ready? We'll go to John.
Or James.
You? Me?
I'll
Me?
go.
You?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, John.
Yeah.
And remember, this doesn't have to be 90 seconds anymore
Right.
because of the people that stole our shit.
Those fuckers.
We love those guys. Okay. Everything you guys said. It tastes exactly like what they say it is going to taste like.
Yeah, we already said that. We need something new from you, John.
Yeah.
Come on,
well,
hit us
I
something
feel
new.
like,
How's the mouth feel?
yeah, mouth feels great.
It's like a maraschino cherry and a coffee and something else had a baby.
The cherry thing is popping out to me. It's good. It's really good. I don't know that I like it as much as you guys, but I do like it. I'm gonna give it probably like a 7.
Team.
Okay.
Oh.
7.7. That's a
Definitely
great
don't
score.
like it as
7.7
much
still
as
good
us.
beer.
The cherry thing, I really like all of it except for the cherry. Just a little bit is like cough syrupy, a little bit. But I do like it. I like it. 7.7 is good. It's really good.
7.7 is a really good score.
It is.
And then there's
Now
one.
it's all me. All right. Hey, I like this beer. I like this beer better than the beer we had the week previously. That was the Stout.
The one that we gave like a
I was
10.10
I
or
was going to be a
The one
10 on that one.
Aldan gave it as a the highest grade.
Oh, you were
that
the only one who
we've
didn't
ever-
like it, right?
No, he gave it an 8.5 still, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did go, but I think I rescinded. I went back. It's like a 9.5 or something.
You said 9.9.
That shit was good. 9.9. Is that what it was? It
I
was
haven't-
that shit was good.
I haven't put it in the spreadsheet, but it's probably going to be our number one.
Wow.
Probably.
This
was
is
good.
this is very smooth for me. It's not bitter at all, and I'm picking up the notes of the kind of the amaretto and the almost coffee like, but not really. It's not really very intrusive and just overpowering. I'm going to score this high. I'm going to probably give it maybe a 9.4. It's something that I enjoy.
Are you on the payroll?
And I will continue to keep drinking because I mean it's a
That shit is
tasty beer.
It is
Know what I'm
very
getting
tasty.
James for
Very good.
Christmas?
Hey,
Yeah.
this 8% right here, this beer has. Thank you, Martin House, for doing this because it's a great tasting beer. But you put the great tasting beer with a better than average amount of alcohol,
Yeah.
which is like,
Hey,
hey,
it's
all I need is a 4-pack. I don't need it. I don't need to buy a 12-pack. I don't need to buy whatever else. Give me the 4. Let me go.
So this beer is almost like getting enrolled into the Jelly of the Month Club. It's a gift that keeps on giving in my mouth all the time. That sounded weird.
That does sound weird.
I love this beer.
Hey, can you please cut that one right there? Cut that moment. Put that in our intro. Okay? It's the gift that just keeps giving in James's mouth all the time. Perfect. Yeah, we actually have a new intro right there. There it is.
Yeah, great beer.
What the hell is our intro anyway? I don't even know.
Well,
Listen to the show sometime.
we have a bunch
Yeah.
of them.
What? I don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm part of
Okay.
it. I don't have to listen to it.
You probably shouldn't ask those questions on air. hey.
Hey.
And this probably concludes the grabbing of the brisket.
Beer review.
But does it conclude it? I want some more of that shit.
We only got a 4-pack.
Yeah, it's only a 4-pack of normal size cans.
We can't talk about it anymore. It's already over with.
Yeah.
Yes, and with, yeah.
We jingled. You can't chip it anymore.
I can jangle, homie.
You can't unjingle the jingle.
Dang it. Okay. Jangling. Come on. That shit is good, though.
He's really good. Yeah, Martin House. Good for them.
And it is weird. The more you drink it, like, the more...
Drunk you get?
Well, that, but... Like, because I've been drinking this, so it took a while for me to just start drinking that on its own to get that out of my...
Well, he keeps saying that he's pointing at a Bud Light.
Yes, I'm pointing at a different beer, yes. But it did take, obviously the longer I drank out of, what was given to me, a goddamn solo cup again, like I'm a freaking third world child. But anyhow, for sure, the more I drank it, the better it got. Which... What the hell's the matter with you guys?
Third world child drinking out of a solo cup?
That's all I get all the time.
Hey, I want to know. So, all these beers now, you've given 8s, 9s, 10s.
I'm a chocolate stout.
You just keep
person.
buying Bud Light, though. I've never seen you buy anything other than Bud Light.
Yeah, because it's cheap, homie.
We can't afford a 4-pack of the other ones.
That's true, because I drink more than 4.
Well, you drink a 4-pack of this.
Yeah,
man.
you're good.
You're probably like having an early night.
Yeah,
That's true.
No, then I'm going and buying another 4-pack. And then I don't know. Let's talk about something else, guys. Okay.
Yeah. So I know we're closing out the episode. We got a few more minutes or whatever. So shout out to my coworker Juan. I know he's been binge listening some of the episodes. I think he's on 8, 9, 10, whatever. So it totally, makes me feel like super awesome when he comes to my office. Like, hey, I'm on like episode 8 or whatever. I think you came in and was like talking about the King of the Hill episode that we did.
Okay.
Actually, we're talking about the intro, God damn it, Bobby. and he's like, oh my God, you saying that? I was like, that's super great, dude. And then that we were talking about that's my purse. Where he's like, so he was rewatching the episodes and he was like grabbing his kids to, hey, come check this out. I think he's got like a 13-year-old or whatever. It's like, what's this? It's King of the Hill. I used to watch it back in the day or whatever. And I don't know if the kid ever got it or whatever, but he gave it off. He's like, this is super fucking badass. So shout out to Juan. I know eventually, maybe in 50 weeks, he'll hear this.
If he's that far back, he's probably like, is that one of those meth gators you guys cooked up this past weekend?
Exactly. So for the people out there that are listening, hey, go back there and check out some of their earlier episodes that we put out there. I know maybe the sound quality might not have been the super best, but...
Listen to episode 3, I think it is.
A lot of great...
Jan is so drunk.
Content out there. Yeah.
What else is new?
Yeah. I don't know if we can ever do a what would you call like an episode where we...
A recap of all of our drunkenness?
Not like a recap, but doing like a...
Best of?
Best of. Yeah.
Like every sitcom's got that one episode where it's like a recap of everything up to that point. Just like episode.
It would just be all Matt. So, I mean, why we...
I wasn't here in the beginning, so no, it wouldn't be me.
That's how crappy our podcast was at first, right?
Well, we could do that.
You were still the best one.
Yeah, I'm not doing that by myself. So.
No, I'll take John like 10 years to get that.
You are going
to
go through that content and let me know what you want in there, because I'm not doing that by
myself.
Because you won't let us.
We already have our best of. It's already on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts on. Just click on the episode and literally like look at the description of the episode, the title. That'll pretty much tell you what you're going to what you're fixing to get yourself into.
But
for the most part,
I feel like John and Alex went out and caught, just like Matt was saying a second ago, Meth Gator. We just cooked Meth Gator. We just cooked Meth Gator this last weekend.
That's what that taste was.
Yeah.
It's funny because I had the shirt on, the 1 year
commemorative shirt.
Commemorative shirt, and it had the Meth Gator on it as we were cooking the goddamn Meth Gators. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. You've dropped so many GDs tonight. I didn't know you had it in you. Good for you.
God dang.
Yeah. No, I don't care what you say. You're an adult.
God damn it.
Yeah. Okay.
Bobby.
Hey, one quick little side story. So I had a run-in earlier.
Don't tell me it was with that driver.
No, definitely. Meth Gator's gone. I had a run-in Sunday with a special little friend that I guess apparently is living on the side of my house. We're just going to call him
Stan.
Possum, Opossum.
Oh.
Stan.
Opossum.
Where art thou, Opossum? Yeah. I don't know if the guy's living under my shed. No, we had a lot of rain. It rained its butt off. Like Texas, and I'm sure other parts of the area, it rained all day, like very heavy. Like we had standing water everywhere. And so the normal, and not to get too crude, but the normal area that we go to pee, there's a bush. It's called a pea bush.
Yeah, it's a technical term.
It's a technical term. And if you see this bush, I mean, it's thriving.
Oh, yeah. It is, for sure.
I mean, this guy is surviving. But it's during the day, and it's out in the open. I was like, okay, I'm going to just go behind my gate.
I'm going to go to the pee vents.
Well, I think
I'm going to go behind the gate.
I think you should tell these people we pee on this pea bush at night when nobody else is.
Yeah, definitely.
Pea bush is at night. The pee fence is during the day.
During the day, we go
You're
behind
not
the
peeing
fence.
outside, then you're not cool. Whatever. That's too much pee talk. Anyways, I went to the backyard, and I saw this possum just chilling. Like, very just angrily chilling.
You saw him.
Angrily chilling.
He's like definitely put
Like
out.
Samuel Jackson just looking motherfuckly or however they he's got his
I'm in my backyard and I'm fixing to pee, and the next thing I look down, I'm like, that is a big, huge possum.
Did you pee on it?
Fuck. No. I almost peed myself. And then I sat there, I was like, God dang, bud, what are you doing?
In your own pee?
And then I was like, okay, let me open the thing. I got to get my phone. I got to record this shit. I got to video this guy, so maybe I can get some type of little content that I can put on like TikTok or social media or whatever. Yeah, exactly. We just cooked a gator, and and then I told John. John's here. We're watching football. We did a little brisket trim video, or not slicing video, and I was like, John, there's a big ass possum just chilling back there. And so we go back there, and immediately, like, during the day, you see a possum. Okay, the guy's sick. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, either he's rabid or...
They're nocturnal. Right.
Something is happening. I was like... I got several dogs, and they are tiny.
That possum's bigger than the dogs.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen that possum, yeah.
And one of my dogs, definitely, like, maybe 3 pounds, thinks he's about... 25-pound Rottweiler. He thinks he could just kill everything. And I was like, God, I'm gonna let him out, and he's gonna get a hold of this thing, whatever. It's like whatever. And so I ended up taking my videos and doing like a little thing or whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna leave you be, bud, because
they're not
obviously
bad.
No,
they're not bad. They eat insects. They eat bugs. They eat.
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
Yeah, they're great for the environment.
No,
so
I wasn't trying to mess with that dude at all.
No.
The only thing I was worried about is maybe you might have been rabid or a little bit, or something was off on it.
Having a bad day. Hey, my house is flooded out.
It could have been he lived under the shed and all the shed is flooded out.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now you're just ruining his lifetime. He's like, what, man? I'm just trying to take care of my family now. Bro. What are you doing over here?
Then he's got to look at me like exposing myself to he's like, dude, you're peeing on my house, bro.
Put it away.
I deal with this on a nightly basis. Now it's in the daytime. That's what he's thinking to you. Jeez, now you're out here.
You are the bad guy here, homie. You're the
my
bad
kids
guy.
are watching.
You guys are the bad guys because as they're sitting under their home under the thing, next thing you know, it starts filling up with
more
freaking
possums.
God bless.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Enough talk. There.
Yeah, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But hey, I end up kind of poking with the stick a little bit.
Of course you did.
Did you
The worst
wrap
thing you could have said.
I did not injure him whatsoever. I took a big 20-foot piece of PVC pipe that I had, and I kind of nudged him back under the shed.
You encouraged him to leave.
Yes.
Hey, go drowned. You have no choice.
Yeah, you're fine. Go.
Did you force him against his will to do something he didn't want to? Obviously, that's what they mean.
Obviously,
What's his name?
Possum.
Lester.
Possum.
Give me a movie reference from that possum.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, listen.
Figured you would have known
This
that.
wouldn't be a bonus episode without us
Being done.
Without a urine possum conversation.
Yeah. I honestly thought you were going to say, like, I was peeing, and then all of a sudden this possum came out, just peed on a possum or something. I was thinking, like, you're like, I just urinated on him. I'm like, that's so wrong. Why would you? But you didn't say any of that. I'm like, okay, well, then all of a sudden you're like, I got this 20-foot pole out, and I jabbed him with it to make him go back under the...
It was more of a nudge.
See, this is why you guys are such, like, better storytellers than me, because I would have told that story, like, oh man, I had to go pee and I saw a possum, and then I poked it. That'd be my. I would have been that'd be my story.
Yeah, but when Matt is describing a beer, he can go on for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, well, that's different.
Yeah, you're right. It only matters what Matt really is truly passionate about.
Right,
this is true.
I'm not passionate about peeing on possums, so.
Right.
Well, let me tell you one.
Matt is passionate about.
Let me tell you one great story
alcohol.
about one beer. One great story I had about one beer tonight is that my body temperature is up. I mean, just like everything since I've had this other little beer.
Yeah,
over
you're feeling
here.
good.
Like, I'm
feeling
feeling
nice
good,
and toasty
man.
and warm.
8%.
Very toasty.
8%. The old crunch enhancement.
And then, one last thing. One last, I guess, show reference. Mm-hmm. One last recommendation. Something that I got not really turned on to, but I started watching here just recently on Netflix. You guys watch Big Mouth on Netflix?
Never heard of it.
No, the cartoon, right?
The cartoon.
No.
Dude. It's mature, for sure. Check it out, because it is hilarious.
Like, what is it about?
It's not anime, but it's a cartoon, and it's rated TV MA. I mean, it's definitely mature. So it follows like these young kids, like probably junior high-ish age, reaching puberty, and then they have like these imaginary like monsters that pop up, which are called hormone monsters. It's freaking hilarious. Yeah, I recommend. Definitely not when kids around, but check it out. It's freaking hilarious. Nick Kroll is one of the creators on it. So this is a guy from The League.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
I think Jordan Peele is in it as well. Super fantastic. Y'all guys go check that out.
Yeah, that sounds hilarious. Need to watch that. I'm sure my teenagers have already watched it.
Probably. I mean, it's on Netflix, and I think it got renewed for several seasons or whatever. I just found it. I've seen it on there, and I'm like, I'm not watching a freaking cartoon. I never really even looked at what it was, and I stumbled across it. I started watching it. I was like, holy crap.
Is it better than Bebe's Kids?
Yes.
Damn it.
So go check it out.
I might have to watch it then.
All right.
Guys, we appreciate it. Grabbing the Brisket. Go check out the grabbingthebrisket.com. You can find out all the different avenues of our social media where you can definitely posting some crazy content, whether we're cooking gators or we're smoking briskets or we're frying up some beef ribs or some pork ribs. So
exactly. Yeah.
Check it out, guys.
We'll get you a hoodie. Peace.
Thanks, everybody.
We've
been great.
I can get a free hoodie if I go do that.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. Thanks for listening, guys. Special thanks to our sponsors, Jealous Devil Charcoal, Getty, CoolieNation, Cambro Manufacturing, Texas Brew Hopper, Smoke Sheet, and Fiesta Spices. For more information on those companies, please check out our website at grabbingthebrisket.com.